A guy that will figure in pretty significantly, I think, and I think you think the same way after taking a look at one of your articles. Rodney McLeod, a veteran safety. You know, he figures to be the third safety because you have Juan Thornhill, you have Grant Delpit, but an important piece, and you wrote an article. Take us through that article and why McLeod is so important.
Yeah, I think he's very important to the whole process of what they're going to be doing on defense, especially in the back end this season, because he has played for 5 years for Jim Schwartz in Philadelphia. And not only did he play for him there, but they won a Super Bowl together there. So he knows the Jim Schwartz way. He knows what Jim Schwartz is looking for in the back end of the defensive backfield and elsewhere because he's been around for so long. He's just one of those guys that is going to kind of know where everybody needs to be. And, you know, if things get tense, then, you know, he's someone that can kind of help carry that banner for Jim Schwartz, help him implement his way of doing things and sort of quell any little fires. He can put out any of those little fires if need be. And I think he'll just come in handy in that way, too.
Yeah, the thing that a couple days ago on the show after they signed him, Jim Schwartz in Philadelphia had said, the communication skills for Rodney McLeod were the big thing that he kind of settled everybody down. And when you hear Jim Schwartz say that, it's got to be comforting because that was a problem. The communication was really the big problem with the secondary last year.
It really was. And it caused some, a little bit of bad blood in the early going of the season. I mean, there was just tension, I sat in Baltimore and listened to, some of the defensive backs screaming at each other in the locker room. I think it was the defensive backs. That's what we were kind of told when we asked around a little bit. But, it just is, someone to come in and make sure that those things don't happen. And, I think when you couple him with Juan Thornhill, who brings sort of a new energy from his safety position as well, and they're, both former Virginia alum. And, I said that's kind of like a who's who in the backfield there now. But, so I think those two guys together are going to bring a new energy to the position and some new leadership to the defensive backfield.